Hello and welcome to Blockchain Silver, the place where we analyze what in the world is going on in crypto. Today we're going to talk about ChainLink and the knockout blow. Warning, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It is best to do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions, and invest based on your opinion of the market. Cryptocurrency markets are highly speculative and may lose value. Be safe out there. All right, so this here is a chart, a one-year chart of Tasos. We're going to talk about ChainLink here in a minute, but I just want to touch on Tasos because this is an important pattern. So Tasos, and I just pulled this today, March 4th, 2020. Tasos in May of 2019 goes up to about $1.73. Spends about the next 3 or 4 months consolidating with the rest of the market, and then surpasses its old high by about 5 or 6%, goes to about $1.81, then down to about $1.26 at the lowest point. And then once it breaks through its old high, this double top or double old high, after the consolidation, when it breaks through, it goes on to do about goes about twice the price of this top right here, this 181. Goes to $3.50 and about $3.77. So it goes up, comes back down, and then finishes a high, I think on, was it February 18th? And then from there on, we've now since consolidated. Well, now I'm seeing the same exact thing with ChainLink. So Tasos hit a high in May, if you notice May right here. ChainLink hit a high in June, near the end of June. Does something similar, consolidates for about 4 or 5 months, all the way up until about January. You could even say 6 months. Then pretty rapidly it goes back to its old high, just like exactly what Tasos did. Old high, May, and then this would have been in December. Now ChainLink, this is June, and this is February, and we'll look at these here in real time in a little bit. And it goes about 5 or 6% above the old high. This was about 425, 450, and this was like 481, and then it goes all the way down to 355. And it's almost, we're possibly maybe a day or two away from it breaking through that 481. And so once Tasos did this, it was off to the races for a pretty good while. And actually, so let's just take a look. All right, so once Tasos hits this high of 181. Let's go through the data points real quick. Oh, it's probably hard for you to see because of where it's at, but that's $1.73. We got 181, 126, and then 350 and 377. Now, when it surpassed its old high of that 181, which would be right here, February 3rd. It only took 11 days for a majority of the move. And then you could have sat and waited another from the 14th to the 19th, another 5 days, made a little extra. But a majority of the move from $1, you could say pretty much from about $1.75 to $3.50. That's almost about a 2x move. And it did it in about 11 days. So this here was about a month from December 13th down to about January 13th. And January 13th up to here was about a month. So 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, or you could say a month and a month or a little over a month, but pretty similar. And so now with ChainLink, now it's happened. The only thing that's different between the two, This was really long here from, if we just went from December 13th to here, it's about a month and a half before it broke through, where with ChainLink, this old high of 481 on February 19th, that wasn't too long ago. So the time is a little different with these two, but I'm seeing a similar pattern. And so let's go through some math here. With Tasos, this was $1.73, $1.81, and then 126. Then ultimately went to 350 and 377. ChainLink, this was, oh, you know what? If I didn't do that with ChainLink, let's do that. This is 4. So this is ChainLink here. And I think ChainLink's about to deliver a knockout blow to the market here soon. I could always be wrong. But this here is 450, 481, and 355 was the lowest point. And this being about 7 days from the 19th to the 25th. You could say 6 days. And then 25th, add about another 6 or 7 days. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7. We're pretty darn close. Roughly about 7 or 8 days. So I think the next week or so for ChainLink could be pretty good. I could always be wrong, but that's what I see happening right now. I'm seeing another pattern repeat again. I see these over and over. They usually play out about 80% of the time. There will be occasionally, every now and then, there'll be one of these that doesn't play out. I know of 2 of them that didn't. EOS was one of them, and I can't remember what the other one was. I got it in my notes, but most of the time these patterns, they play out, and they're pretty predictable. High, high, and then about 30% down. This high was about 5% higher. This here, 5% higher than this, about 30% down. ChainLink, this was about 5% higher, is about 26% down. And so just doing some simple math, this 126 and this 181 on Tasos, that's this right here, 126 divided by 181. That gives us the pullback amount. It was about a 30% pullback. And now with ChainLink, with where I think it's at, from here, the 481 down to the 355, that's about the same. It's about a 26% pullback roughly. And now these charts are daily. If I did these maybe hourly and zoomed in on these, I'm sure this price would be higher and this would be lower. And same thing with Tasos. If I zoomed in hourly, this would probably be a little higher. This would be lower. These are our daily smoothed averages. But you can see both pullbacks, both coins had about a 30% pullback after they touched their old high. And so with ChainLink, all we're doing, we're just looking at this right here, the 481 down to the 355. Tasos, same thing. 181, I take the lowest price, $1.26. That $1.26 was never touched again. It came close on the 13th, but it wasn't touched. And so, same thing. So these are all the prices. This is what we just looked at here. $1.81, 126, and then 481 and the 355. And so both coins had about a 30% pullback after they touched their old high. And so if we take Tasos, so I'm always wondering what's the next pullback area. I like to estimate it and see if I'm correct. And I may not be correct, but I may be. And so Tasos, when it did this old high of 181, it had 2 pullbacks. It went to the 350, then had a pullback, then went to the 377. All that is, that's just these 2 right here. So it came down, went up, 350, and then 377. Well, if you divide that by that high right there, then you're looking at a pullback at the 1.93 area and the 2.08. And if we add those two together, it's 4.016 divided by 2. We get about a 2.0 average. And so now with Link, since I believe it's in play right now, that this is what it's doing. It's repeating a pattern. This is about, we take that 481, which is this right here with ChainLink, and take the 481. You could just times it by these same exact numbers here. And I'd be looking for a pullback at about the $9 or $10 area. And that could be in a week, could be in a couple weeks. But I think it's coming. And I think ChainLink is a really good bargain right now, just based on the pattern and what it's doing. I've seen this play out in numerous other coins. I've seen it play out in other stocks before, precious metals. And so this is what I'm looking at, a pullback at about the $9 or $10 area. Like I said, this is not trading advice. This is just my opinion. It doesn't mean any of this will happen. It doesn't mean any of this will happen exactly like I say. But this is what I see happening when I look at these two. I see similar plays here with Tasos and ChainLink. And so I don't believe, I track a lot of other coins. I don't think Bitcoin's going to double. So ChainLink today trading at, what was it trading at? About $4.75 to $9, $9.50, $10. That's about a doubling over maybe the next week or 2, 3 weeks. Who knows? I don't think Bitcoin's going to double, or Litecoin, or Bitcoin Cash. I do actually see a similar pattern with Bitcoin Cash, but we got time. This was about 2 weeks down, so I think we got time on Bitcoin Cash, but I don't see a doubling in many of the other coins. I don't see that happening over the next week or 2 or 3, and so that's why I think ChainLink is a good area. This fits my criteria. I like to look for stuff for about a 4 to 6 week window where you can make a good gain. There's more upside potential than there is downside. And so that's about it for today. My summary, ChainLink might deliver a knockout blow to the crypto market. ChainLink might be a market leader for the next 25 to 30 days. Of course, I was somewhat conservative on this. I'd rather tell you 25 days and it happened in maybe 10 or 15 than to tell you 10 or 15 and it happens in 25 days. But I think March, I just got a gut feeling, I think March is going to be pretty good for ChainLink. And expect some healthy pullbacks along the way. It's going to happen. Some of them, they're tough to live through. And so, but that's about it. Tasos doubled in price after reaching a new high. So, just going back from once it broke this new high, it doubled. All that is, that's just the 181 times 2. And so, I'm thinking something similar is going to happen with Tasos. 481, figure times it by 2 or so roughly. I'm expecting a pullback somewhere in the $8 to $10 area. And so that's it for today. If you liked the video, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you for coming over to Blockchain Silver, and remember to stay safe out there.